SIM card because it's for other purposes. But I say I align myself with them because they are standing up to the fraud being perpetuated on Ghanaians with this scheme called SIM registration. Way back 1998, myself and ministers and deputy ministers, government officials, had to queue for the registration for telephones called Mobitel. And the order was that you must be there in person to be registered. And when you go in there, they take your biometrics, your home address and everything connected to your person. They took in those information. And the queue was from the Mobitel office. You know what the Mobitel office was? You know where it is? The Mobitel Barclays Bank beyond the TUC. Okay. Yeah. And the next up to the traffic light at ADB. Those were the government officials. And the public was from there to Asalanda. We went through that, difficult registration process. And so when Snap also came, Snap, the origins of MTN, they came with Snap, and those who wanted to buy a second phone, a chip, also went through the same process. Snap offloaded to Ariba phones, and then, but when they changed from Snap to Ariba, we were not asked to go and queue because the database was already there. So now the essence of biometric registration is that there are certain features of a human being that will never change, no matter his age, unless he has a cut or something. But even then, when there's a cut, like I have, the configurations algorithms will be the same. And therefore, my data will not be the same as Solo's data. We established this way back 1998. And I believe that all other subsequent persons who have acquired phones had gone through the same process. I remember myself and my brother Kwesi Pratt were vehemently opposing the re-registration of Ghana card when we were at Radio Gold. You remember that debate? And we thought that it was going to be a overburden on Ghanaians. Nonetheless, we went in for re-registration. The registration of our SIM card between 2010 and 2011. Apart from the telephone registrations we have done population census, Ghana population census, where people go to houses physically, and then when they come, they take every information required about you as a person. That data is also there. Okay. Now, a large percentage of Ghanaians, in the workforce, have social security, and for each of them, they have biometric registration. Okay. Then comes in the almighty national identification cards, which I say I will come to it. It's another fraud, because if you read the act that established NIA, there's nowhere ECOWAS is mentioned as our identity card. Ghana identity card is to be national identity card is to be issued to Ghanaians, and non-Ghanaians resident in Ghana are to be issued with ECOWAS card. And if you go to the interpretation section of that act, they have not said that ECOWAS is coterminous to Ghana card. And if you are doing interpretation in law, you interpret law and say that you interpret a law which has not been explained in the community of words that have been used. So if you are using the community of words for Ghana, it should be Nigeria, Ivory Coast, and others, those other countries. But then if you say ECOWAS, the community of West for ECOWAS will be maybe East African bloc, South African bloc, and those things. So both in the act, the regulations, and the interpretation thereon does not equate ECOWAS to Ghana. Today, what cards are you being issued with? Are they saying that if you don't have ECOWAS card, you will not be registered, or if you don't have Ghana card? They are saying that if you don't have Ghana card, isn't it? Meanwhile, the card they have issued to you is ECOWAS card. And Ghana is a country of laws. So even if we have gone to an ECOWAS session and they said, oh, we should issue ECOWAS card to all our citizens, it is a foreign law. It has to be domesticated into our local laws. Parliament should have given a certain law that says that in this meaning, ECOWAS is, in this interpretation, ECOWAS is coterminous to Ghana. Do you get what I'm saying? So that is also the challenge with the cards we are being issued with. In law, names are very important. Solomon can spell his name S-O-L-O-M-O-N, Solomon. Another person can say S-O-L-O-M, and that is his name. You can't challenge that it's not full rendition of Solomon. So it is because of that names are very important. So today I want to put you to Kenatefa. What card is he issuing to us? And to Eslewusu, what card is he saying that if you don't have, you cannot use register? Is it the ECOWAS card? Is it the Ghana card? You remember when in 2010 we started issuing the card, national identity card? We were issuing Ghana card. Do you remember that? So do you remember that? We're issuing Ghana card. Then when the government changed, then we say ECOWAS card. So all the work that had been done in respect of the issuance of Ghana card were put in abeyance. And so now I saw a video of a bulk mass of Ghana cards put in Ghana must go back and whatever in the basement of the NIA. But the design of the Ghana card as compared to the ECOWAS card has not changed. You see the configurations, only the title has changed, ECOWAS card. So now we have started the registration for the Ghana card or ECOWAS card as the case may be. The director of Ghana card, Dr. Tefa, said that the process of acquiring Ghana card cannot be an event, because you cannot define the population of Ghana within a certain time framework. Every day, new citizens are born. Not so. Every day, new Ghanaians are born. And when they are born, they have a right to be citizens and therefore have a right to be registered. Chapter 6 of the 1992 Constitution defines who a Ghanaian is, who a citizen is. I will not buy my Ghanaian citizenship with 250 cedis because I was born as a Ghanaian by the Constitution. And the Constitution says that anybody who was who in the coming into force of this Constitution was a citizen of Ghana shall remain a citizen of Ghana. This is not what the Constitution says. So if you bring a regulation that seeks to now change who a citizen is it not against the Constitution? And that's why I started my program. I said that this is another fraud. But in spite of the Constitution, several judgments, several regulations are being accepted as the definition of a Ghanaian citizen. And if you read Article 2 of the Constitution, it said any law that is inconsistent with the Constitution, to the extent of that inconsistency, is null and void. So now, if I am a born Ghanaian, so now, and then you bring a regulation saying that if I don't acquire a certain Ghana card, or if I acquire that certain Ghana card at a late period, I'm supposed to pay 250 cedis. So now some people have to buy their Ghana citizenship by 250 cedis. Kenneth Tefa is telling the whole world that they are not ready with a Ghana card. But the registration of many other documents, whatever it is, schemes, is dependent on acquisition of Ghana card. All right. Now, so if the Ghana card is not ready, then you bring a law that you seek to enforce, like the registration of the Ghana card. But the NIA is saying that we have not issued all Ghanaians with the Ghana card. Aren't you putting the horse before the cart? You know, and this kind of fraud is being perpetrated on Ghanaians, because Oslo also knows that in her village, not all Ghanaians have acquired a Ghana card. Even in my village, Dansoman, let me call my village Dansoman, because when I went, it was a small place. Not many people have acquired the Ghana card. My son came from the US, doesn't have the Ghana card, because at the time the Ghana card was being issued, he was not in the country. He's gone to many places. He had only 2 weeks to go. He's gone to many places to acquire the Ghana card. But when he goes, the queues are such that he cannot acquire the Ghana card. Does he make him a non-Ghanaian? If we bring a policy